What's going on? Thanks for checking in. Do me a favor, look at big league catchers. Look at them closely. Their footwork is dialed in. So I got Zach in the building today. He's gonna show us a med ball routine that's gonna make sure you're getting that big league footwork. So make sure you stay tuned. Check this one out.
What's going on, guys? Zach Miller, pro catcher with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Today we're going to be doing some footwork stuff with med balls. This is really going to help dial in our footwork and make us athletic behind the plate. Today we're going to be working with a 4 and a 6 pound med ball, so we're not really looking for anything crazy here as far as weight goes. Really under 10 is the best because we want to move it quickly and really pattern some fast actions. And sometimes that overload, above 10 pounds can kind of hinder that. So first, we're just gonna start with the 4. And I'm gonna do some different work from all the different stances because I think, this is where we can really experiment and try to figure out, where we move the best. So first, I'm gonna start with a right knee down. And that's just a shot put variation. As you guys can see, I kind of transfer the ball right at my midline, and that's how that's gonna translate over to the game as well. I'm gonna now go to the 6 pound ball and do the same thing. If you guys can notice, I'm not really trying to overdo anything or move too fast. Smooth is fast here. Now we're gonna go left knee down. And as you start to get more throws under your belt, you can start to pick up the tempo a little bit more. But like I said, smooth is fast. We want to kind of take our time, stay connected in the ground. As you can see, I'm not really gaining a ton of ground with my step. I'm trying to transfer the energy and get the med ball out as quickly and as powerful as I can towards second base. Now we're gonna go 2-footed stance, more of a traditional setup. Balanced, good back leg, good stable front leg, connected to the ground. That's crucial. Now to the 4. Now after you get a couple reps each weight, I know you guys may not have a bunch of different med balls, so whatever you have, try to use. From here, we're gonna work into a variation that you can do on your own as well. Same thing, keep a couple different weights, variable med balls there, but we're gonna go a slam variation. So we're gonna slam the med ball in front of us, and then we're gonna transfer the energy towards where we're throwing. Today, I'm doing a lot of this stuff just towards second base. You guys can change it up, work third base, work first base footwork as well. Just for time's sake, I'm gonna just kind of show you guys, towards second base. So this first rep here, you're gonna slam and transfer. This is really working on that transfer of energy towards our throw. You guys notice I'm almost losing ground on some of my reps, and that's because I don't want to really gain a ton of ground towards my target, right? My arm strength and everything I do from a throwing standpoint allows my arm to work. But if I'm gaining a ton of ground, that's time I'm losing, right? And we're trying to throw out some of the fastest runners in the world, some really, some burners. We don't have time to hang in the air or, lose time going forward. Small detail. I'm almost aiming, as you can see, there's kind of a crack in the plyo wall there. I'm almost aiming right there every time. I want to have a focused target with each rep. I'm not just slamming it and winging it, right? My head is still, my kind of middle's in the middle, and I'm rotating cleanly. And that target helps that pattern. Now from here, we're gonna translate into a blocking variation. So we're gonna start 2 knees down. This is training another transition. So we're gonna be in a block position, like we just blocked the ball. And from here, we're gonna pop up and make a throw. Whether we're going to first, second, third, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, you guys can change that up in your training. These reps here, you want to take your time, right? This is power and it's your footwork. You don't need to rapid fire through these reps. Like I mentioned before, the number really doesn't matter. you know, something here. I have 2 med balls, so I'll go a couple at each stance and kind of work through. But if you find a stance you like, or it's feeling really comfortable, maybe you do more reps there and less at a different stance, right? This work right here is for you to kind of figure out, oh, okay, right knee down feels great. Left knee down, I need to work more there. Or hey, maybe I just like 2 feet. So this is where you're gonna pattern those athletic movements. This is the last variation, and I'm gonna have Summers here throw me some different med balls. And here, we're gonna train another transition. He's gonna be going just an underhand toss, and I'm gonna catch it and transfer the energy through where I'm throwing. I'll do 2 more for you guys. We'll go 1 more, just so I can show you 2 feet. So as you can see from there, a lot of variability, right? He's flipping me an underhand med ball with some load to it at different locations, and I'm just letting the med ball turn me, and then I'm rotating and firing towards my target. That's 4 great med ball exercises you can do to really dial in your footwork and really dial in elite level rotation. So this is how you can kind of pattern that into your program without doing a ton of throwing. Obviously we want to throw, but you know, like Summers had said, our footwork is crucial, and that's what's going to set you apart, you know, at the end of the day.
So a lot of the community may ask, like, why not just throw? What's the deal with the med balls? You know, if I'm doing this, why can't I just incorporate it into my actual throwing or plyo work?
These med balls are great. It's a little bit of load training, just like, you know, we add load in the weight room and we do different plyo stuff, right? This is a way to add some load to your rotators, right? Because elite throwers are elite rotators. And these med balls here are gonna help you build those patterns, and almost subconsciously, it'll translate into your throwing. And you know, this is great to use, you know, as a primer. You know, you could shorten it a little bit, use it as a primer pre-lift, or it's just good to do. It's really catcher specific.
I mean, another good reason you would use med balls rather than throwing is because it simply takes load and stress off the arm. You know, you can only throw so much. You can't do that every day. You can do med ball drills every single day. That's why a lot of our pitchers will do it as well. They'll get on the mound, do mound blends with med balls just to take load off that arm, but the lower half, the footwork, is always staying the same. So the more you practice this, the more transfer you're gonna get over, and this is something you can practice every single day, whereas throwing, you can't throw at those high intensities every day.
Yeah, I think too, you know, that's a great point. It does take some load off the arm because you can't throw every day, but it also, you know, catchers and baseball players in general need to kind of open up their hips and have, you know, loose, mobile hips. So these different patterns here is gonna really help you open up your hips and kind of give you a nice little flush of your lower body, because, like I'm gonna say it again, elite throwers are elite rotators, and that comes from the ground up. So this really helps lock that stuff in.
And it's simply just, like you were saying, staying athletic. Catchers today are taught, you know, all these robotic moves that are supposed to be quick, and you can get into a habit of looking like a robot rather than, hey, I get it, fire that thing out. Because at the end of the day, we're athletes, we're rotational athletes. Even as a catcher, you can't be stiff back there.
No doubt.
Hey, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Zach, thanks for coming through. Once again, they liked the last video, so I'm sure they'll like this one. And remember, right, you're doing catching lessons out of SummersMethod Performance here before you leave, you know, next following week, and when you come back, because you live here. Yep. So how can these cats find you?
Hit my phone at 484-667-6260, or you can follow me on Twitter as well, Zach_Miller22. You can follow me there. And I appreciate it, guys. I hope you like the content.
Yep. There's 4 simple med ball drills you can add in every single day if you're a catcher in your prep work, you know, before you do your everyday glove work, etc. And you know the stick, right? I pump out 2 of these YouTube videos per week, so do me a favor and subscribe for me. I appreciate you. We'll catch you next week. Game rewards the grind. It knows how much you've invested.